Chapter 7. Baby, I just want to dance with you. Take you in my arms and make you mine. You know I've never seen your eyes so blue, and I never knew that this could feel so right. You tell me that the world is calling you. Well, baby, it can wait a while. I just want to dance with you. Song, Dance With You. Artist, The Kind of September, from the album, The Kind of September. From the very beginning, the guys have wanted their fans to know that they come first. One of the ways they ensure that is by staying as connected to them as possible. During their very first tour, they started doing these monthly question and answer sessions on YouTube. As their career advanced and their lives got more and more hectic, however, they were only able to get the videos out a few times a year. Today, they've got a little extra downtime, so they decided to film a new video from our hotel. One of the things I admire most about the guys is that even when they have free time, they're using it to work, write music, or connect with their fans. They're arranged around the couch with a fantastic view of New York City behind them, and they've all got huge grins on their faces. This is the kind of thing that they really love, partly because it reminds them of when they were first starting out. They still love everything about what they do, but the crazy schedules and constantly being in the public eye does take a toll. They're also a lot more relaxed and free to be themselves in this setting than they usually are in interviews.
All right, let's get this show on the road,
Sam exclaims, clapping his hands together.
Mel, are we recording?
Oh yeah, they've asked me to film. Almost. Is everyone ready? I asked them. I give 5 variations of yes and 2 thumbs ups. Then we are rolling in 3, 2, 1. I give him a nod as I press record.
Hello, Internet.
Sam greets their future viewers with a cheerful wave. Greetings, Earthlings. Jesse says in a weird nasal voice, which I guess is meant to sound like an alien. Every once in a while, he decides he wants to try to be funny. Between you and me, he's better at the sexy bad boy.
What's up, everyone?
Josh grins.
We are here in New York City, as you can see behind us.
All 5 guys turn around to look at the city.
And we wanted to bring back something that we haven't done in far too long. Questions and answers.
All 5 shout out together.
As you all hopefully know, we have a new album coming out soon.
Corey says.
But not soon enough.
Josh cuts in.
And that's why we're here today.
Oliver concludes.
Why don't we get started? All right, our first question is from Rochelle in Phoenix, Arizona.
Sam reads from the laptop that they're sharing.
Her question is, if you could star in any television show or movie, what would it be and why?
Star Wars. Josh answers immediately.
Why would you pick Star Wars?
Sam asks him.
The real question is, why wouldn't I pick Star Wars?
Josh rebukes.
Okay then. Oliver?
Sam asks.
I wanted to be the next Sherlock Holmes. Because you're British.
Jesse asks.
Yes, that is the only reason.
Oliver deadpans.
I like to play someone smart, like a doctor or a professor. I can't think of a name though.
Corey says.
That sounds so boring, it's so you.
Josh remarks.
I'd be in a horror flick, like The Shining.
Jesse answers, looking cool and confident.
But you hate scary movies.
Sam reminds him. That is the understatement of the century. Jesse might like to pretend he's a badass or whatever, but the truth is he's a huge wimp. Last Halloween, we decided to have a classic horror movie night on the tour bus, and Jesse flat out refused to watch The Exorcist. According to him, he accidentally saw it as a child and it scarred him for life. Now, I have no idea how you accidentally see a movie, but clearly it was a traumatic experience.
I know, but if I was in one, then maybe it wouldn't be as scary.
Jesse explains. Okay, so he's not very good at being a bad boy either.
I'd be in a zombie show, like The Walking Dead.
Sam finally answers.
And I say that because zombies are cool. Also, I really like the idea of being a survivalist. Says the guy who just bought a new pair of $700 shoes.
Corey comments.
Excuse me, my mom bought them for me, and they're for the tour.
Sam says. By this point, I have to bite my tongue to keep from laughing.
Fair enough. All right, what's the next question?
Oliver asks.
Oh, this is a good one,
Jesse says.
How do you guys come up with the name The Kind of September? That's from Laura in Scotland. That's a good question.
Corey agrees.
We actually got it from a musical that Sam and a few of our other friends saw back in high school, The Fantastics. One of the songs in it is called Try to Remember, and it's actually a quote from the song. We all just really liked it. Both the name and the song.
Sam adds.
It's actually a great musical too. Would you go so far to say it's fantastic?
Josh asks, nudging Sam's arm with his elbow.
Huh?
He follows up with a huge wink and a cheesy grin. Oh, Josh, aren't you just so funny?
Okay, our next question comes from Megan in Hot Springs. I love that place.
Oliver grins.
The question is, if you could switch places with any of your bandmates, who would it be? You.
Sam answers.
Me?
Oliver sounds surprised to hear him say that.
Why me? Because all the girls just totally love your accent. It's true,
Jesse says.
In that case, I want to be Oliver too,
Josh says.
Same here,
Corey agrees.
Okay, so we'd all be Oliver. Oliver, who would you be?
Jesse asks.
Josh.
Oliver replies.
Really?
Josh looks like that one response just made his entire life.
Yeah, you're just so happy all the time. And I wish I could make people laugh like you. Oh, Ollie, I don't know what to say.
Josh pretends to cry and wave his hand in front of his face.
Okay, our last question comes from Savannah in Pensacola, Florida.
Corey says.
She asks, is it hard being away from your friends and families for such extended periods of time? Oh wow, that's a heavy one.
Jesse says.
The short answer to that is yes, it's very hard.
Oliver says.
But I think it's also worth mentioning that we have some of our very best friends here on this journey with us. And I don't know what they think, but I feel like we become a family. Definitely. I've always felt that way.
Josh says.
Same here.
Sam chimes in. And even though I'm not part of the video chat, I have to agree with them. There are a lot of hard things about being on the road and away from home. The first of which, you really don't feel like you have a home anymore. Of course you have a home, as in a place you grew up, but you don't really live anywhere. You also have to be really okay with just going with the flow and eating whatever you have in the hotel or the tour bus instead of sitting down for a nice home-cooked meal of your choice. Everyone is busy and stressed and together 24 hours a day, so if you have even the slightest argument or problem, you'd better get over it quickly because you are going to be seeing that person all the time. But when it comes down to it, families are kind of the same way. In fact, sometimes I think that's what makes a family. It's so easy to be around people when everything is, well, easy. But the people who've been with you through thick and thin, who've seen you at your absolute worst, and who still want to hang out with you at the end of the day, if that isn't family, I don't know what is. It's snowing. It's only November and it's already snowing. A lot. Okay, it's November in New York. I'm guessing this isn't as much as an unheard phenomenon as it would be in, say, San Francisco. But for a group of 20-somethings who are from San Francisco, well, and one from London, it's a weird experience. Maybe not so much for the Londoner, but for the Californians, it's weird. That's probably why we're all making such a big deal of it. The second the snow started to fall, Sam scrambled for his camera and ran out onto the balcony to take pictures. About 5 minutes later, however, he remembered how much he hates the cold and ran back inside. He's been repeating the same pattern for about 3 hours now. Josh, on the other hand, announced that we all needed fleece blankets, hot chocolate, and a fire. Apparently, experiencing a real New York winter is a lifelong dream of his, and he wants to do it right. Unfortunately, Josh, Jesse, and Oliver don't have a real fireplace in their hotel room, so we had to improvise. As it turns out, there's a station that, around this time of year, is a non-stop video of a fireplace burning and Christmas music playing in the background. True, It meant we couldn't watch a movie. But since the 7 of us, actually 8, Corey has invited Tara to join us later, can rarely agree on what we should watch. It's not a tremendous loss, especially since after making us all hot chocolate, Jesse broke out his acoustic guitar. So this is what we're doing on a snowy northern night. We're all in our warmest pajamas and covered in fleecy blankets. We're drinking hot chocolate by a pixelated fireplace. And we're singing acoustic radio hits from the 1990s and early 2000s. It might be one of my most favorite moments of all time, especially when Sam scoots up beside me and pulls me into his fleecy blanketed arms.
I'm cold, hold me.
He mumbles in a silky voice that is somehow still insanely cute. So I happily oblige, linking my arms through his and snuggling up against his side.
You know what this makes me think of?
What? I ask.
When we were kids, and we built that enormous blanket fort in your living room.
That was up for like a year.
I know. It was kind of our secret clubhouse.
That wasn't a secret at all.
That's true.
He acknowledges Jesse begins to strum another familiar tune, Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something. Classic. Unfortunately, just as we were about to sing the chorus, Corey's cell phone rings, interrupting what may have actually been the best performance of the evening.
Oh, take 5 crew, that's Tara. I'm going to run downstairs and meet her.
And with that, Corey bolts out the door.
He's going to be running a while. We're on the 15th floor.
Josh remarks.
Can I ask you all something?
Joni asks hesitantly. What do you guys think of her? Honestly.
She's a little abrasive, but I don't have a problem with her.
Oliver says. Of course he doesn't have a problem with her. Oliver is the nicest guy alive. He doesn't have problems with anyone. Except for when it's too loud for him to sleep. Then he has problems.
I'm not her biggest fan, but she seems to make Corey happy.
Sam answers.
Does she still think you're dating her friend?
Jesse asks Sam.
I don't know.
Sam sighs.
She won't be thinking that long when she sees you cuddling that camera girl.
Josh smirks. Of all the guys, he's always been the one to call us out for our strange relationship. Granted, it wouldn't be so strange if we were actually dating. It's okay. She has no idea who I am, I assure them.
What?
Sam asks. It's true. She thought I was Joni.
Huh. That's rude.
Sam remarks. Then he notices the death glare that Joni throws him.
No, being mistaken for your personality isn't rude. It just seems rude that she doesn't know who everyone is by now. I think she has her mind on other things.
Jesse smirks. Yeah, like using my brother to get famous. Joni scowls.
Come on, Joe. You really think that's the only reason she's with him?
Jesse asks. You don't?
No. I think she's with him because he's a nice guy. He's talented. He's not as handsome as me. But let's be honest, who is?
At this, several eyes roll.
All I'm saying is you need to give Corey a little credit.
You know, Jesse, I'm not sure you mean well, but I really don't need you lecturing me on. But before she's able to complete that sentence, the door opens and Corey appears with Tara in tow. Hi, everyone. She gives an excited wave. Everyone replies at once.
Hello, Tara.
Hi.
What's up?
Oh my god, my life is just so crazy right now. Like, you have no idea. Tara says, taking a seat in between Corey and Josh.
Oh, we might.
Josh laughs. Tara ignores him and keeps talking. First, I'm doing this huge shoot for this national campaign for a makeup line whose products are designed to enhance a woman's natural beauty. So it's like you're wearing makeup, but it doesn't look like you're wearing makeup.
So what's the point?
Sam laughs. It's only then that Tara glances up at him and notices him and me sharing a large plaid fleecy blanket. And she definitely doesn't approve. The point is to make women proud of their natural beauty. She looks at me. Who are you? Melissa? We met at the video shoot a few weeks ago. Oh, right. I'm not sure if she actually remembers me or if she's just throwing me a bone. Well, you know, Sam, Courtney is so eager to get to know you a little better. I know she'd be happy to go out with you if you give her a call. Now she sounds like a football player who's on the offense. Not that any of us, except maybe Josh, who was super into sports in high school, actually knows what an offense football player sounds like.
Tara, that's awesome, but I don't think I have the time to date right now.
Sam says. Good. Good excuse. I mean, it's actually kind of true, but that's besides the point. I hope I don't look as smug as I feel. But Tara is just not letting it go. Oh, she doesn't mind. She doesn't have a lot of free time either. What with her modeling and trying to launch a singing career. I know she'd love to just get together with you, maybe pick your brain on music. So, do you want me to let her know that you'll call her once you're back in Cali? Sam sighs. He hates it when people put him on the spot.
Honestly, Tara, I'd really rather you didn't.
Sam tells her. What? But she really, really liked you.
And I liked her. She seemed like a good person. It's just that...
What? Is she not good enough for you? Tara suddenly rounds on him.
No, it's not that.
Then what? Not pretty enough? Or are you just not interested in a woman who knows her own value?
What?
I read all those articles on you. How you prefer your women loose and vapid. The next thing I know, Sam and I both are on our feet. Sam, looking irritated and yet still somewhat apologetic, seems lost, like he doesn't know where to go or what to do. I, on the other hand, am shaking with all sorts of disgust and anger. Even though I never, ever resort to violence, my hand balled into a fist, ready to fly right into those pretty pearly whites and cosmetically altered nose. Thankfully, Sam's bandmates are still calm enough to remember to use words.
Hey.
Jesse snaps. Come on now. No. Sam isn't perfect, but none of us are. You can't believe that crap that goes around on the internet.
Yeah, come on, babe. You know Sam isn't like that.
Corey tells her, sounding like he's trying to talk sense into a toddler throwing a tantrum. Well, from what I've seen, I wouldn't be surprised. She sneers. That does it for Sam.
I think I've had about all the fun I can handle for one night. I'm going to bed. Good night.
He bids us, making his way towards the door.
What? But we haven't made s'mores yet.
Josh reminded him, holding up the bag of marshmallows. Sam doesn't respond. Instead, he walks right out the door, closing it quietly behind him. I think I'm going to call it a night too. See you all in the morning. I said, following Sam into the chilly hotel hallway. I know exactly how Tara will interrupt that, but I really don't care what she thinks, especially after what just happened. Sam is already halfway down the hall, so I have to sprint to catch up with him. He turns when he hears my footsteps approaching him.
Hey,
he says.
You didn't have to leave.
You think I wanted to stay with that? I ask. He manages a grin.
I guess not.
His blue eyes are still bright and beautiful and cheery as ever, but I can tell that he's bothered by everything Tara said. So, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I just didn't want such a good day to end like that,
Definitely. Still, you didn't deserve that. He shrugs.
Comes with the job, unfortunately.
But that shouldn't be an excuse. No one should have to put up with that, especially someone who hasn't done anything wrong. I'm talking really fast now. It's not a first. I always ramble when I'm upset. Sam grins and rests his arm on my shoulders like we're at a middle school dance.
I love that you're so protective of me.
I blush. I'm protective of all of you. I hate it when people try to tear you down.
You know that's never going to happen, right?
He assures me. It better not. His smile broadens across his face.
So are you going to bed now, or?
He trails off. I don't think I'll actually sleep for a while. I'm kind of jittery. I'll probably just go and read or maybe sketch a little.
Want to go back to my room and watch a movie instead?
I love watching movies with Sam, partly because he's so entertaining while he watches movies, and partly because there's a very good chance I'll end up leaning against him again. And here I thought this night was going to end badly. Chapter 8. She sings to me that melody of diamonds on piano keys, the tunes of painted harpsichords, and gold viola strings. And she sings to me that song of night, of planets, stars, and velvet skies. The world around us fades away, and she has roses on her mind. Song, Roses. Artist, The Kind of September, from the album Meet Me on the Midway. As usual, Sam and Corey's room is a horrific wreck. Well, Corey's side of the room isn't too bad, but Sam's side looks like a tornado tore through the room and scattered all his dirty laundry, snack wrappers, and empty water bottles everywhere. I truly pity the housekeeping staff.
Sorry, it's kind of a mess.
Sam apologizes. I have no idea why. It's not like I haven't lived on the same tour bus as him and 4 other dirty, smelly guys. Sam, how long have I known you? I tease. It actually doesn't look too bad, considering it's you.
At least I pick up my dirty underwear.
He grins. Yeah, and I'm only detecting a hint of old sweat socks. I'm only somewhat joking. I'm telling you, 20-year-old guys are not charming. Like, at all. Not even the super dreamy celebrity ones. They stink just as much as any other 20-year-old guys. Heck, they probably stink worse because they think they could get away with that. But hey, at least he changes his underwear.
That's man smell, baby. Get a good whiff.
Sam laughs, acting a lot more like himself now that he was away from Tara and her trash talk. But why do men have to smell like wet bath towels?
Why do women have to smell like flowers?
Because everyone likes flowers.
What if someone's allergic?
Then, I like to think they like the flower perfume more, since they can't stop to enjoy the smell of actual flowers without sniffing or sneezing.
What if someone's allergic to the perfume? What if they're allergic to everything?
Then they should probably see a doctor or get some steroids or something.
Oh, I was just going to suggest they outlaw perfume.
Sam remarks, flopping onto his bed. I bet guys like the smell of perfume. I say, taking a seat next to his head.
Guys like the smell of new cars and bacon.
So you rather a girl smelled like machinery and breakfast foods than flowers or coconuts? Sam shrugs.
I don't really care what she smells like. As long as she's a decent, down-to-earth person and I don't have to hold my nose when I'm around her, I think we'll get along pretty alright.
Sam says, smiling up at me from his back. Are you going to return the favor and bathe every now and then? I ask.
Only when my pits start to mildew.
His grin is cheeky and mischievous. Ew! Okay, we're done here. I hold my hands up in surrender.
We're done when I say we're done.
He announces in some weird monster voice and grabs my foot. No! I shriek and pull both my feet away from him. I'm so ticklish, especially on my feet. And he knows it, so he shows no mercy.
What about you?
He asks, probably realizing that I could very well kick him in the face if he tried to tickle me.
What do you look for in a guy? I mean, aside from being a drummer.
For the last time, I do not have a thing for drummers.
Okay. He grins. Seriously, though, I don't know if you ever told me what you really think about dating.
Yeah. That's because if I were to talk about it, he'd realize that I was describing him. Honestly, though, I don't know how I've gotten away with it for so long. Maybe it's because I'm so open with my celebrity crushes, like the hot Irish guy. Or maybe it's because Sam has been operating under some assumption that I'm asexual. Whatever the reason, I've always been pretty good at dodging the "what do you look for in a guy" question. Until now, that is. Well, I definitely like a guy with good hygiene. And do you know what Sam does? He laughs. He actually laughs. Granted, I meant it to be a bit of a joke, but seriously? The boy is rolling around and holding his sides because he is laughing so hard. This is not funny. What? I demand.
Of all the qualities that matter to you in a significant other, and you go for hygiene?
Yes! I know you like to joke about it, but seriously, can you imagine dating someone who doesn't wash their hair? Or brush their teeth? I shudder at the very thought.
Okay, fine. I guess hygiene isn't the worst quality you could come up with.
He acknowledges.
What else?
Why? Why couldn't he just been satisfied with hygiene? Well... Okay, this could get tricky. Just stay calm. Keep it together. Most importantly, remain totally neutral. He's got to be able to make me laugh. I couldn't be with a guy who wasn't funny.
See, that's better. Hygiene? Pfft. Hygiene is for the weak.
No, hygiene is for the man of my dreams. Of course, he doesn't know it, but he is the man of my dreams. And apparently he scoffs at hygiene.
So I guess that means we're all out of the running,
Sam remarks slightly. That one little comment just about gives me a heart attack. What exactly is he asking me? Is this his way of wondering if I'd ever consider dating one of them? Or more specifically him? No, he's probably just joking, or teasing for having such ridiculously high standards. Wanting a man who showers regularly and doesn't smell like a gym bag? Imagine that. Still, the longer I sit here in silence, the sooner he's going to realize that I am, in fact, hiding something, and that the truth is that I would date him in a heartbeat if he asked. But what does he want me to say? Oh, buck up, pal. You've still got a chance. More than a chance if you actually catch my drift. Yeah, like that's gonna happen. Don't sell yourself short, I finally say. Your hygiene isn't horrible.
I feel like you're only saying that out of politeness.
Sam laughs. Hey, when you shower, you smell amazing.
Well, thank you, Miss Parker. That means a lot, especially coming from you.
Okay. No, I know he's teasing me.
But seriously, how would you feel if one of us wanted to date you?
Why is he pushing this? Is it because of what just happened with Tara? Or is he fishing around for one of his bandmates? Oh God, please don't let that be the case. I don't think it is. Corey sees me as a sister. Oliver still likes Joni. I'm not nearly hot enough for Jesse. Josh is a huge flirt, but he flirts with everyone. Besides, the girls he usually goes for are the spunky, sporty type, which I am definitely not. I'm more into scarves and coffee shops and cool photographs. That just leaves Sam. I guess it could be possible that he thinks of me more than a friend. I mean, we are totally alone in his hotel room. But he's my best friend. It's not like this is a first or anything. So why am I having such a hard time being honest with him? I want to tell him. I should tell him. Maybe if I told him and he felt the same way. But what if he doesn't? That would be so embarrassing. Worse, he might begin to feel awkward and uncomfortable around me. And that's the last thing that I want. The entire world is expecting something from him. He's in the public eye no matter what he does. There are very few people he acts like himself around, and I'm honored to be one of those people. I don't want to lose that because I misunderstood his intentions in asking me how I would feel about dating one of them. Being a girl is so confusing. I don't know, I tell him. I wonder if he can hear my voice shaking. I definitely can. It'd be a little weird, don't you think? To be totally honest, I have no idea why I just said that. It's like while my brain was debating what I wanted to say, my mouth decided to spit out whatever the heck it felt like. And for the record, whatever my mouth decided to act on its own, it usually ends up getting me in trouble. Or at least into a situation that I will more than likely end up regretting later. For instance, by insisting that dating one of the guys would be, and I quote, a little weird, I may have inadvertently sabotaged any minuscule chance I had of becoming Sam's girlfriend. Yay me.
Yeah, probably.
He agrees. But is he agreeing because he thinks that's what I want to hear? Or because he agrees that it would be weird if I dated one of them? Unfortunately for me, it's probably the first one. I've been told on more than one occasion that guys don't think like we do. Where we will overanalyze and examine every word, breath, movement, and detail, guys tend to think more along the line. For example, they wouldn't give a second thought about the same two-worded text message that would send a girl into a massive spiral of panic and excruciating self-doubt. Of course, Sam is the one whose best friend is totally lying to his face about being in love with him, even though he's told her on multiple occasions that she is one of the few people that he trusts to always be honest with him. On the other hand, guys just might have it harder. They have to put up with us. I guess that awkward answer has effectively ended our conversation about dating since Sam propped himself on his elbow and reached for the remote control.
So what do you want to watch?
Note to self. Late night talks about relationships combined with 2 hours of zombie flicks make for a terrible, and I do mean terrible, night's sleep. For one thing, it took me forever to get to sleep because I was obsessing over what I'd said to Sam about how it would be weird to date any of them and how he probably interpreted that I think it would be weird to date him. For another thing, once I finally managed to fall asleep, I had zombie and dating nightmares all night. In the first dream, Sam asked me out on a date, and of course I said yes. But he turned into a zombie right as we were about to kiss, so that sucked. Then during the second dream, all of us, the guys, Joni, even Tara, were barricaded into the small rundown shack in the middle of nowhere. We knew that zombies could be out there anywhere, and it wasn't any short of fun that Sam thinks it would be. It was all terrifying. That dream ended with Josh actually turning into a zombie and me having to be the one to kill him. Of course, I didn't have a gun, so I actually had to find a long metal rod to impale his brains with. Let me tell you, it was really awkward seeing him at breakfast this morning. Tonight, the guys are performing at a music charity gala to benefit arts and music education across America. It's something they're wildly passionate about. Even Oliver, who only spent a few years of his education in the American public school system. They all insist that those classes really spark their interest and inspire them to do well in school. It's an issue that I'm afraid tends to get overlooked in the grand scheme of things. After all, there are arguably far more important problems to address. But when you think about it, a nation's students are its future. The kids of today are tomorrow's leaders and visionaries. They need a well-rounded education, not a system where making the grades is all that matters. Who cares what they memorize if they're not actually learning? That's something that worries me about the decline of the arts and education. Students are treated more like numbers and data instead of young human beings with working independent minds. That's why music and art and literature are so important. They remind us of what we can accomplish with a little passion and dedication. The event tonight is a fancy black tie affair. All the guys are wearing designer outfits that all probably cost more than my childhood home. Okay, maybe I exaggerate, but even after 2 years, I still can't get used to the lifestyle that comes with associating with the rich and famous. That being said, the guys do look pretty amazing. Sam especially. He's in black skinny slacks, a loose white button-down shirt, and a charcoal gray vest. The rest of the guys are dressed somewhat similarly. They have a little say in what to wear to these kinds of things, but a lot of their wardrobe comes directly from their stylist. Joni and I, on the other hand, have a little more freedom. She's chosen a traditional little black dress and strappy stilettos that could probably put someone's eye out if she's not careful. Joni is actually quite coordinated. I'm the one who has to watch where she steps. I wouldn't go all the way to say I'm a klutz, but I have yet to figure out how to walk in heels without looking like a drunk toddler. For that reason, I'm in white flats tonight. They go well with the white flowy dress I'm wearing. My hair is tied up in a loose, elegant bun with gold and white headbands. Joni told me the outfit makes me look like a Greek goddess. If I had any doubts about Oliver's crush on Joni, they all melted away after I saw the way his jaw dropped when we met the guys down in the lobby of our hotel. The way he looked at her was adorable, and she's so completely oblivious. Now that we're actually here at the benefit, he keeps stealing glances at her. I might have to talk with him about this. The gala is incredible. There are at least a couple hundred people, all dining on filet mignon or grilled salmon and scalloped potatoes around candlelit tables. I chose a filet mignon, and it might be the best dinner I ever had in my life.
By the way,
Sam says to me out of nowhere,
"You look really beautiful tonight."
It's funny how 5 simple words like that could totally and completely make a person's day. I hope I don't look all giddy as I feel. I can definitely feel my cheeks flushing. Thank you, I reply. You look quite dapper. Really, Breen? Dapper? Here's the guy I've been in love with for forever, sincerely telling me that I look beautiful. And I go with dapper? Maybe I really would be better off in the event of a zombie apocalypse. Then I can show my appreciation and affection by stabbing his infected bandmates in the head, instead of blurting out the first stupid phrase to come to mind. Fortunately, Sam grins and adjusts his vest.
Dapper. I like that.
Yes, young Samuel, you're quite the dashing figure, Josh remarks in a haughty British accent. Great, even Josh gives better compliments than I do, and he's a freaking zombie. Sam just laughs.
Thank you, Josiah.
So Josh's real name isn't actually Josiah. It's not even Joshua. It's just Josh. But see, everyone always assumes it's Joshua. So after having to insist over and over again that his name isn't Joshua, the guys all began calling him Josiah instead. I've actually seen fan websites that list his full name as Josiah Anthony Cahill. At first, it drove him crazy, but now he just throws his head back and laughs with the rest of us. The only one who doesn't seem to be enjoying the evening all that much is Corey. Apparently, things got really tense after Sam and I left last night. If there's anything I can say for the boys of The Kind of September, is that they look out for one another. They're all fiercely loyal, and they always band together. I know that the others didn't like the way that Tara was talking to Sam, but they also didn't want to make it seem like they were ganging up on Corey or his new girlfriend. Needless to say, Tara isn't here tonight, but as far as I know, she's still in the picture. The good news is, I don't think Corey will stay mad for long. Performing alone will be enough to lift his spirits. Besides, I've never known any of the guys to hold a grudge for that long. I know Sam's already forgotten about last night. I'm sure the other guys have too, and even if he is still upset, he's going to have to at least pretend he's over it before they get up in front of the crowd. As those in the business always say, the show must go on. Chapter 9. She knows exactly what she wants. She don't take time to pretend. She knows that all the things you do will make a difference in the end. She knows exactly what she needs. And it don't matter what you say. If you find another girl like her, don't let her get away. Song, Girls Like Her. Artist, The Kind of September. From the album, The Kind of September. The new album is coming out in less than a week. Singles have been released. The This Is Real music video has been released and has already been viewed by millions of fans online. The guys are still in the process of filming a new video for their next single, Meet Me on the Midway, which also happened to be the name of the new album. We've been shooting at Coney Island, which, let me tell you, might be the most fun thing I've ever done in my entire life. The guys are having the time of their lives filming in such an amazing setting. Well, Jesse was a little angsty about riding the Wonder Wheel. He's fine with flying and being in tall hotel buildings, but Ferris wheels and other rides make him feel really fidgety and nauseous. What's worse is that, because he was so nervous, he had to keep reshooting the very scenes that scared him. He ended up riding the Wonder Wheel a good 4 or 5 times more than his bandmates. The good news is that he never actually puked. He did have to sit down for a while, though, after one particularly excruciating take on the roller coaster. If he looks a little green around the gills when the video's released, you'll know why. Other than that slight setback and a few girls who were not extra slipping past security and onto the set, today went incredibly smoothly. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I think the video is going to be even better than the This Is Real video. For now, however, we're all sitting back, relaxing, and celebrating Corey and Joni's 21st birthday. Unfortunately for them, only Oliver is actually old enough to legally drink with them. So we're not going out. We have, however, had a feast bought in of pizza. Yes, we eat a lot of pizza, ice cream, and an enormous birthday cake. Stan also surprised each of them with baskets full of booze, so even though the rest of us are underage, they still get their congratulations on being able to legally drink drinks. When it comes to presents, none of us ever really give anything too extravagant. For example, this year, I got Joni a gift card to her favorite coffee shop and a boatload of I Love New York paraphernalia to add to her collection. And I got Corey a really nice set of vintage classic rock records. I've got to tell you, it's kind of tricky buying presents for friends who are filthy stinking rich. But the good thing about the guys is that they rarely splurge on everyday items like records. Cars and houses? Yes. But I'm not going to buy any of them a car or a house for their birthday, so it all works out. Oliver's gift to Joni, however, is a little overwhelming. He went out and bought her a beautiful topaz birthstone necklace from Tiffany's. I have no idea how Joni hasn't figured it out that he likes her by now. Want to know what Oliver got me for my last birthday? Socks. Granted, he bought them in England, which, was really nice of him, but come on. Even Tara's gift to Corey didn't measure up to Oliver's incredible topaz necklace. Yes, Tara is here. Fortunately, she seems to be on her best behavior. True, she and Sam are totally ignoring each other. But if I'm being honest, I prefer it when beautiful girls who are also evil ignore him. And vice versa. In case you're wondering, Tara got Corey a gift receipt for a couple's spa day and a framed photo of her in a bikini. She didn't get Joni anything. I'm pretty sure the rest of us are silently judging her and thinking she's a horrible, horrible person, which she is. Interesting enough, Oliver is the only one willing to give Tara the benefit of the doubt. I'm telling you, he's too nice for his own good.
Maybe she doesn't realize that Joni and Corey are twins.
Oliver reasons with me. Since the cake has been served, we've all split off into tiny groups. Sam and Josh are across the room laughing their heads off about something while Jesse is chatting with Tara and Corey. And Joni is out on the balcony with Stan and a few other of our managers. This finally leaves me with a few minutes to talk with Oliver. She's dating the guy. Surely it comes up.
She also gets the two of you mixed up on a regular basis.
True. Maybe she thinks we're twins, I remark. Oliver chuckles. I've never been very good at small talk, so I just come out and say it. You like Joni, don't you? Oliver looks at me like some kind of strange, terrified, tattooed bird.
No.
He answers automatically. I raise an eyebrow. He sighs.
I don't know. Maybe. It's not that it matters either way. She's made it quite clear that she's not interested in any of us.
Well, maybe she would be if she knew how you felt about her.
Come on, Mel, you know her. It's not just us. She's not interested in dating at all. And I don't want to force her into anything she's not ready for. I'm not sure if that really makes sense.
No, it does. I told him honestly. It makes perfect sense. He looks at me.
Is that why you haven't told Sam how you feel?
Now it's my turn to give him the bewildered animal facing their death look. As it turns out, that's not just an expression. I actually feel like a bewildered animal facing her death. I laugh nervously. You think I like Sam?
You mean you don't?
Well, I have so many questions bouncing around in my head right now that I can't quite remember how to make words. Why does he think that? Is it that obvious? Does everybody else know? Does Sam know? Did he ask Oliver to mention it to me? Does Oliver know about the talk Sam and I had that night when Tara came by the hotel and Sam and I slipped out to watch zombie movies? Oh God, I can't handle this. I really can't. But Oliver, bless that kid. He seems to know exactly what I'm thinking.
It's okay. No one else knows. I mean, I think we all suspect there's something, but nothing has been said.
Okay, good. I finally breathe. I can't believe we're having this conversation. Furthermore, I can't believe we're having it while Sam is actually in the room. Furthermore, he and Josh are still in hysterics over something. Those two are hilarious together, and no one on earth thinks they're funnier than they do.
You two are so close. I can't believe you haven't told him yet.
Oliver says, I just don't want to scare him off, I don't want to pressure him into anything or make him feel like I'm expecting something from him. He doesn't need that.
I know how you feel.
Oliver says, gazing out the window at Joni.
Hey!
Sam's loud voice makes both of us jump. He and Josh are strolling our way across the room.
Why are you two lurking in the corner over here?
We're plotting. I tell him, all while secretly praying he didn't hear a word that Oliver and I just said.
What are you plotting?
Sam asks. Your downfall.
As usual. Planning to stab me in the brain, Mel?
Josh asks. I know I shouldn't have told him about that stupid zombie dream, because now he's never going to let me forget it.
I always knew you had it out for me.
What gave me away?
Mostly the way you look at me like an evil queen looks at Snow White, like you want my heart in a box.
Josh grabs his chest like he's having a heart attack. Just so we're on the same page, you're Snow White in this scenario? I ask.
That's right.
Josh announces, slinging his arm over Sam's shoulder.
And Sam here is my dopey. I thought I was Doc, Sam says, looking far too disappointed. Bro, you're in no way smart enough to be Doc. In case you were wondering, that kind of logic is precisely why Josh wins pretty much every debate and argument that happens to arise. So what are they discussing out there? Sam asks, glancing out the window at the group on the balcony. I don't know. Oliver replies. Let's go find out. Josh says and barges outside, letting a rush of frigid wind. I consider sprinting back to my room for my coat. All I'm wearing right now are jeans and my favorite beige sweater, which is pretty, but don't exactly keep me warm. But then I remembered that I look cold enough. Then there's a chance that Sam will notice and wrap his arms around me. It turns out that people out on the balcony, also known as the managers, are having a conversation that is so boring. It shouldn't be allowed on a festive night in a city like this one. New York nights deserve talk of music and lights and everything that makes life extraordinary. Sam gets it. You know, sometimes I still can't believe that we're here, he says to me, leaning against the rail and gazing out at the city, so beautiful that it almost doesn't seem real. The glow of the city lights illuminates his handsome face, and the brisk cold breeze toys with his hair. Here, in this moment, he looks more like a star in a music video than he ever has on screen. To me, anyway. It's been 2 years and I'm still not completely used to it all. I don't have to ask what it is. I'm not sure it's something you can ever fully get used to. I tell him. It's still overwhelming to me and I'm not even in the band. You're still part of the group, he reminds me. I bet if you actually made your Twitter account public, you'd have 1 million followers like that. He snaps his fingers. Maybe. I doubt it. But then Joni is up to well over 1 million. Of course, interacting with fans is part of her job. I don't know. I'm kind of happy being invisible. You're not invisible. Not completely. But I can still go out and enjoy a drink at Starbucks without being recognized. And I'm not complaining about that at all. In fact, I love it. True. I have to admit, I kind of envy you that. Sam tells me. You could go out in disguise, I suggest. You mean like a fake mustache and a trench coat? He laughs. You could grow a real mustache. I say try because Sam, God bless him, is one of those guys who can't grow facial hair. He's tried. Last year, all the guys decided to participate in No Shave November, about which all of us girls had very mixed feelings. And everyone convinced Sam was cheating because he barely grew anything, just a little sparse stubble on his chin and on his upper lip. It doesn't make him any less sexy, but the guys do like to give him a hard time about it every now and then. Especially Jesse, who in 30 short days grew one of the most extravagant and full ginger-colored beards the world has ever seen. I think by the time I actually manage to grow a mustache, scientists will have invented a teleportation device that will enable me to phase in and out of public at my leisure, thus eliminating any need I may have for a disguise in the first place. Sam remarks, What can I say? The man makes a valid argument. Well, at least you have a cute face. I tell him absently. It's nothing I haven't told him before, and certainly nothing he isn't already fully aware of. But it is the first time I've said something like that since confessing out loud that I'm actually in love with him. And for some reason, I'm convinced that Oliver is somehow sending Sam telepathic messages about my feelings for him. And I'm not going to lie to you. I'm kind of freaking out a little. See, this is the kind of crazy that a guy like Sam really just doesn't need in his life. Thankfully, he just grins at me. Sam never overreacts. He stays calm, cool, and collected, and confident. My gosh, he is so confident. Everything just comes so easy and natural to him. That's something I've always loved about him, and something I've always envied. I also think it's why we work so well together as friends. Of course, I'm hoping it means that we'll work even better together as something more.